Hello.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hello. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Content Creators Connect. Here we are, all about encouraging the three C's: connecting with others via video, content development that builds your personal brand, and we are creators sharing our experiences despite our distance.
And the C3 team member leading this evening is Manny, also known as Coach Manny. He is coaching us up in the world of social media marketing, as well as pursuing his passion for streaming true crime. Manny, do I understand that you can repurpose your Facebook content into smaller, bite sized chunks?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, we talked about this last week, about repurposing content, but that's not what inspired this video. It's interesting. You two inspired this video, and you're like, how did I inspire this video? Well, the last time I trained, I did on trimming your Facebook lives. And I felt at the end, you guys were really curious about this Facebook clip stuff because it kind of segued over there and we spent a little time on it. So I thought if you two might have some questions on, Facebook clips, purpose, why, then I thought maybe that would be a good idea to even help more people understand what Facebook clips does. And so that's exactly what I wanted to share is like a few different ways that you can actually use Facebook clips for your audience, because at the end of the day, we want to do things that our audience might enjoy, might get some value from. And maybe you did a Facebook Live, but you don't want to share that whole thing. You want to share a clip of that live. And so we're going to be diving into how we do that. Kevin, have you used anything, Facebook clips at all?
No, I haven't. So that's why I'm very curious about what you're going to present today because I do want to use those smaller clips and use them into those stories and into, like, say, small bite-sized chunks so that it will engage your audience as opposed to watching, for instance, if you do a 40-minute video, instead of doing that, pulling out one of the key moments of that video and saying, hey, this is what you learned, just to sort of put the fishing rod out and reeling them in so that they'll watch the rest of your video. So, what about you, Dory? Have you ever used the Facebook clips functionality?
I haven't. You guys know that these short form content things are literally the bane of my existence. I just cannot get on board with them. But one of the things that I'm going to be curious to hear and see, Manny, while you're demonstrating is I hear a lot of terms thrown around, especially like with short form content. So I'm going to be curious to see how maybe the idea of Facebook clips is similar to and or different than, say, like Reels or something like that. So I'm going to be watching very intently to see what exactly is happening here. But if you out there in video land are as intrigued as we are about Facebook clips and other things, I would encourage you all to hit that like and subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you get notified whenever this crazy crew goes live. And so now I believe it is time for Manny to take center stage.
Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for being here this evening. I want to share with you about Facebook clips. Now, Facebook clips has been around for a little while. Here's the thing about Facebook clips. This is only relevant with your Facebook Live. So if you're not doing Facebook Live video, this has no purpose for what you're doing. If you're going to be using Facebook Live video and you want to use Facebook Live video to connect a little more with your audience, Facebook clips is going to be perfect for you. And so I want to dive into a little of how you can use Facebook clips for your business or your creatorness, your content, basically, right? And so the first thing you want to make sure that you understand is there's a difference between trimming a video and clipping a video. As I did previously, the last time I was up to share, I talked about how to trim a Facebook video. And one of the things to understand about that is with trimming, you can only trim the beginning and the end of that Facebook Live. That's it. You cannot do anything in the middle. Whereas a clip, you can take any part of that Facebook Live and clip it down. What does that mean to clip it down? Well, I guess I should not say clip it down per se, other than you're going to take a portion of that Facebook Live, whether it's 30 seconds, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever portion of that video, and you're going to take a little piece of it and make it into a clip. But here's the thing on that. Then what? What's the purpose behind it? Well, that's the three things that I want to share with you that you can do with a clip. Well, number one, maybe you want to promote a portion of that video. That's exactly what you can do. You could take a clip of something and promote it to your audience, whether it's a exclusive group of an audience, whether it's everyone on your Facebook profile, whoever it is, you can promote this little clip. Maybe you are doing a webinar and you did it live, but there's certain portions that you want to save of that webinar to give this message right here, this little clip. Again, it doesn't matter how long of a clip it is. You can, as long as it's within that Facebook Live, then you can go ahead and promote that to your audience. Maybe it's a special offer that you're having. Maybe it's don't forget this particular code right here that you have to remember to get that exclusive discount. So that's a great way to use it. One of the things that I'm always talking about almost every single time that I'm even doing is what do we want to do with our audience? We want to get our audience to engage in our content. So if there is a particular part of the video that is very funny, that is key, right? You want to share that video, that clip of that funniness alone. So one time I'm doing a video, and I'm gonna just use this as an example. I was creating this video and my cat jumps on my green screen while I'm doing my video. Now, if that happened in a live, right, it's raw and uncut. I can go back and clip that funny portion. Now, I know it's funny because I actually did share that clip with multiple people, and it got a lot. I was not live when I say I shared that clip because I edited out that clip. Clip is still a clip of a video, right? But because we're talking about Facebook clips, it's very important to understand you can only do this with a live video. But a clip is still a little portion of that video, or clip a piece of paper or whatever. It's still a clip of something, right? And so it's key to understand that if there's a nice little funny portion that occurs during your stream, then great. Clip that, save it for your audience to share even more. And the next thing that you want to do is, I want to share it, right? So you want to share this funniness. You want to share the value driven portion of this. That one little thing I want everyone to see, I want to share with my audience. So a promotion is going to be more like, I want to promote this because I want them to do this portion of this. Engaging is going to be, I want them to like it, laugh at it, comment on it, share it. But also, another portion is I want to share this particular clip, whether it's not, it doesn't even have to be funny. I just want to share. There was this little moment that someone commented and we flashed it on the screen, which is what I'm going to be showing you guys as a demonstration. And that little portion we want to save as a clip. So let's go ahead and dive into how to do this now that you know the 3 different ways that you can actually put some value to this clip. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to actually go to where these videos are, right? Business Suite, your Meta Business Suite is where. Now, as we dive into this, I'm going to show you different little pieces of it. The main thing I'm going to do is we're going to clip a portion of a video together. Okay, so we're going to, I find it easier to go to business.facebook.com to go straight there. You can Google it, business manager, Facebook, and it'll come up. But I find it easier to just go to business.com, the business.facebook.com. And so I'm going to share my screen here with you.
I will get you switched over as soon as you share.
There you go. I am shared. So here we are, business.facebook.com. Okay, so here's the key to understand. Dori, could you move me over a little bit so you can see the side panel? And if you recall, when we did Facebook trimming, this is the same process to get there. Okay, so just keep that in mind.
That's as
So
far as I can get you.
let me see if I can move it at all. That moved? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so
Is that
that's
all
good
of
right
it?
there. Yep, I got it.
Okay.
I'm perfect. So here
Okay.
you are. You're on business.facebook.com. You're going to want to go to content. Okay. Once you go to your content, now you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got post and reels, you got stories, you got A/B tests, feed and grid, mentions and tags, and you have clips right here. So if you wanted to go see all of your clips that you have, this is how you get to your clips. We're doing this clip together. Okay, so now right now, I am not in live producer just yet. Okay. It's key to understand that because this has to do with some of the things that you can do within live producer. Because when you're creating these clips, remember, they're just short moments created from your Facebook live video. And if you're on a computer, there are 3 ways to create clips from your live videos. Now, you can actually do this. You can take a clip while you are live, but you have to be in live producer to do that. Okay, you can do a clip immediately after a live video ends. Again, you have to be in live producer. Notice I didn't take you to live producer yet. Okay. If you are, if it's a video that is not been alive, you will not get the live producer option. Okay. So it's key to understand that. Right now, I'm going to where basically Creator Studio used to be, and it leads elsewhere. Creator Studio still out there. But you have to understand that this particular portion is only available to Facebook pages. If you happen to lose your video because you are promoting something that is, you know, not up to Facebook standards and they deleted your Facebook Live, you lose any clip that you had with it. Something to understand about that. So we're going to go ahead and go and click on a live video. You can see we are live right now. And with this live, if I click on this, this is the video that we are live right now. Okay. Now, did it take me? Are you still with me? No, you're not on the new screen. Okay. Share this tab instead. Perfect. I'm sharing a new tab here. Do you guys see me on the new tab? There we go.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is the live video that we're in right now. As I said, you have to be in live producer if you want to even do one while you are live. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to go back to my screen and I'm sharing this tab instead. So let me make sure that you guys see that. Okay.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
good.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go to last week's video. So last week we were live. Now, again, you have to click edit post. It's going to take you to live producer. And now I'm in live producer. Notice the screen was a little different than when I was in my current live video that we're on right now, sharing with you guys, right? And so now I am in my quick actions. Again, this should look familiar if you watch when I did the how to trim your video segment. So I'm going to create a clip from my video, right? This is our video last week, okay? I'm going to look for a comment, something that, let's say, I'm looking for a comment from last week where Anna shared one time she had a guest. When she came to the studio, we started the conversation and it was so good, I forgot to press the red button. Face pink tears, right? So I want to save that. Say, I love that. I thought it was funny. So that's where it's going to start at. Now, where's it going to end at? Now, I'm going to go and find out where her comment ended, and I'm going to put that into the timestamp, literally. Okay. So that's where it starts. I'll look at where it ends and I'll put that in the timestamp. And I can easily add there, Anna, funny comment. I can add a title. Boom, right away. I can create the clip. And right now, it's still processing. Now I can publish it and make it boom, live. Now it's live on my library. Now, where do I want to share Anna's funny comment? I could share now to where everyone will see. I can share it to my story. There's some more options. I can share to the feed. I can share to a group. So those are all the things. I can just take the link and share like, hey, I cut this out. Maybe you want to share it with people. Here you go. So understand that part right there. But we're not quite done. That was the quick, let's get it up, right? But maybe I want to go a little deeper. And this is where I can delete it, but I don't want to delete it. What I want to do is I want to go back to my clips. I want to go to my clips. I want to find that clip. Oh, I got to share this tab instead. I want to find that clip. And it's the one we just did, right? So here I can edit the clip. Now I'm back in live producer. This is where you get a little deeper about the video. Here's something to understand. I'm a big fan of optimizing your videos, your content, so that it gets found when people are doing their searches, right? There's a lot of stuff that comes up when I'm doing my searches, just in natural, right? So be conscious of that because you want to add your description to it. If you want to get a little deeper on it, right? That's your title part. I can add some tags, some hashtags. I can add some keyword tags to help it get found again. And maybe I want to, who was the collaborator with? I don't know what that can't. Well, you got to watch when you press it. It'll let you know. So I haven't used that feature, so I'm not even going to get deep into that at all. And you can even add a thumbnail to this, okay? From the automated ones where it can have you looking pretty silly. A lot of people don't like that, right? So you can add a thumbnail, a custom one, or a frame of the video. And then when you're ready, then you can save it, okay? And then you're ready with a little more deeper description of that. And so it's key to understand that you want to use this in different ways. As you can see, there's a couple clips that, that I put up here so we know what we're looking for. And it gives you a little, breakdown on these things. Notice how she was asking about reels, right? You can create a reel from that exact same portion. Now, understand something, and this is key for with reels, the appeal of the words, the way things pop up, the way you outline words are key. So if this was all I had for that one moment, you might want to think about how is that going to show up, right? And how is it going to look to my audience? If they're used to a particular way that they're receiving your content, and then you get the widescreen and it's cutting things off, that's key in understanding what that will look like as well. So you can see how you can edit this. You can lay out and crop it, because obviously that's going to be key. And then when it's ready, you can share and download. You see what I mean by the way it shows up on the screen. That's why you might want to think about this in advance if this is going to be a portion of your, like, oh, I'm going to take this clip and make it into a reel. Well, then you got to be conscious of the size for the way your phone is going to be, showing. Because when it comes to this, let me stop my screen and I should be back, right? When it comes to clips, when it comes to reels, when it comes to Facebook, when it comes to YouTube shorts, TikToks, people are used to this stuff, right? People are used to, they're seeing it portrait, just like this reel came up. So right now, this would not be a good idea for a reel unless I started it, I had it set up this way, and then I can easily convert it. Now, I can actually trim this to make this look a little better, right? I can still move it over and get me centered in that screen. I can still have words pop up, but I have to pre-plan that to make it work for this. So it's key, because I think that Dori asked a great question about it being reels. But also when you're using this reels, you can, it has to be within I think a 20-second time limit. So you have to keep that in mind for, I want this funny part. And so when you edit it, it has to be even shorter. You can't take that 10-minute clip and make it into a reel. So you have to be conscious of that as well through this process. So you can see clips is freaking easy to do. It is not difficult at all. Let me make sure I got the things that I wanted to make sure. So you learn how to find your clips. You learn how to create your clip. You learn 3 different ways to use it: promote, you can share a clip, you can get people to engage with the clips. So big key though is why you would use it. The biggest reason I would say is if you had that funny moment, it's going to bring out your personality. If you had that super valuable moment, 10 minutes to be on Facebook can be kind of long and overwhelming for people. Well, give them the nuts and bolts of what you went into, right? This video right here with 27 minutes, we can clip it down into something that is more like the 3 main ways to use it: to promote, to share, to engage, right? Or I can show Anna's comment, how we highlighted that portion and made it into a clip. Maybe that's, hey Anna, hey, we were talking about you, here's a clip. Or hey, we were talking about one of our members who jumps on a bunch and here's a clip. So keep that in mind when you're like, why would I use these Facebook clips? Well, why not? Really, why not? Again, we talked about repurposing content. You can take a little portion and repurpose it. And truth is, and Dory hit on it really hard last week about repurposing content. Honestly, I think it's more important if you're a one person show that, my gosh, it's hard to always come up with content. As a true crime creator and flipping a home, it's hard to come up with all this content right now when I have no time. But having short form videos does not take a lot of time compared to coming up with content that you then have to come up with. And my content doesn't take me a quick hour. I think probably less than a handful of time from start to finish did I get a piece of content up and out in less than an hour. I don't even know that I've done it 3 times. I want to say one time I did, but that's because I had already been talking about the story so much. I already had all the stuff. I already had all the videos. I just had to go and ad lib the content I was reading without using their content. And so otherwise, I mean, it takes a while. It takes a while to come up with this, but short form content can easily be repurposed. Or should I say, your long form can easily be repurposed into short form, which can easily be put out there and keep content alive on your channel. And so with that, I want to say that, I was riding my bike today, and I was thinking about these little moments. And I've shared where I'm summing up to what I'm getting to. I've shared this multiple times. And I was thinking, my gosh, there's been so many moments that I did not want to do something because butterflies were in my stomach. I was nervous about something. I was nervous about this, or I was nervous about that, and the one thing, even though it might have ruined things for me or messed up things or didn't turn out the way I wanted, or a lot of times it did turn out the way I wanted, the one thing I realized is I had to push through that pain, the uncomfortable moment, you know, that I said I didn't want to do this, but I jumped in it anyway and then got comfortable. And when you're thinking about Facebook Lives, what is stopping you from starting? Because there's so much value. And here I shared something else that you can do, taking your Facebook Live, serving your audience more. But are you doing Facebook Lives? Whatever it is that's stopping you, just jump in and deal with the uncomfortableness until you get comfortable. On this past week, I was encouraging a friend to start going live. She has a non for profit, and her mission is to create a home for people who might be considering suicide. That's a sensitive word. YouTube is not always a fan. And so that is that's her passion, because she lost her fiance to it. And so I was like, you gotta do these lives. You got an event coming up. You gotta do your Facebook Lives. And so to push her out of her comfort zone, I did the live with her. I jumped on it and I did the live with her. I interviewed her on my channel to help her push through her fear. And at the end of it, she said, that wasn't bad at all. That was actually fun. That was actually great to get her message out there. So whatever's stopping you, whatever you got in your mind that's holding you back, you got to understand this is not about you. It's about the people you can help with your content. If the three of us did not step up, we would not be serving more people. And when I look at the numbers of people that join us, it seems like that number that jumps every so often over time. Whereas at first we had zero, just us, right? And then little by little, people were jumping on. And we were just talking about how Kevin has a video that is up to 150 views, and it's only like 13 days old, right? But you gotta start somewhere and go from there. My friends, that's my message to you when I say start this, because you're missing the boat. You can reach so many more people and help so many more people. My friends, I'm Manny Rodriguez, and thank you so much for joining me and our team today on this 51 episode of C3 here. We love it. We do this for you. My friends, I'm back. I'm done. I've said enough.
I
So,
can't stop laughing.
Kevin, what do you think? Did I make sense on some of this? What do you think?
Oh, 100%. And I did take quite a few tips away from your presentation. So, as always, you always give valuable content and always learn something every single week that you're presenting, Manny. So, thank you for that. Um, I did have a couple questions, though. Um, where is my list?
I will
In
drop.
terms of creating the clips, is there a minimum or a maximum for
There,
creating those?
there is no minimum. There is no maximum. It just has to be within that live. That's the only requirement. So it could be more than 10 minutes. I know I went up to 10 minutes, but it could be more than 10 minutes. If your video is 30 minutes, you can do pretty much most of it and take the clip out of that. It doesn't get rid of your live. You're not, if you get rid of your live, then the, then you uh I don't know if you lose your live. I've never gotten rid of a live that the clip would be gone. So I don't know if you delete your live if you lose the clip, but you can technically take your clip out and then use it for yourself. So
Can you download that clip separately from your live then to repurpose it elsewhere?
you can only share it. You couldn't. I didn't see where you can actually download it. Actually, maybe I stand corrected on that. So when you do go into it, we can answer that really quick. Actually,
Like the reason I was asking is if you have like a half hour stream, but only about 5 to 10 minutes of, or 5 to 7 minutes was an explanation of how to do something. Can you just extract that how
yes,
to and then repurpose that? But can
yes,
you
and
download it or can you only share it?
you can download it, and you can download it in both HD and SD. So in that same spot where basically when you click on clips to view all of your clips, that's where you can download it. So technically, once you download it, then you can repurpose it however you choose. And you can even go back and edit and add some more graphics to it as well. Because I know with a lot of, like, whenever I'm editing videos, I literally, if I'm gonna make a reel or short, or I have to go and change the size. So you can take this clip, and if you're gonna use it on a reel, then you can actually go and edit it to make sure it fits the size if you want to add more graphics. But again, you can trim and clip here and move you around to where you want your face to show in the middle of it all. But otherwise, yeah, great question.
Okay, and then another question I had was you being able to share it beyond the Facebook platform. Like I know when you sign into business.facebook.com, you're signing in with your business account, but if you also have a business account connected to an Instagram, you can then post it to both. And like you did mention in your presentation that you have to be aware of the real length as well, because if you do anything beyond, is it beyond 30 seconds or is it a 60-second limit for reels that you have to make sure if you're going to post to both, make sure it fits within those time frames?
Yeah. Yeah, and something else that to kind of piggyback off of what you're sharing, you can actually cross post to all the pages that you manage as well. So you can do
Mhm.
that within your clip and cross post as long as it's a page that you manage. So I can go to 30 pages, that we manage, and cross post that clip as well. That's kind of a great feature that Facebook has.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, once again, great content, Manny. Always learn something from you.
Thank
So,
you.
Dory, I'll kick it over to you. What did you learn from Manny today?
Lots. So, first of all, I'm like I'm feeling like a hoarder. I'm like, gimme, 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 gimme. So, as you guys know, a lot of times just these weird, quirky things come out of my mouth in the middle of talking about just totally random other things. And I feel like those would be the perfect things to extract and put into these clips. Um, and the other thing that I've always worried about is in trying to extract things for the short form. As we mentioned, we have to be respectful of the platform. And even though Facebook, when you do your lives, you can choose to either go portrait or landscape, short form is vertical content. And so we have to be mindful of that. And that's something I've always worried about because I did try a few shorts on YouTube and it literally like cropped in and it made my head fill the entire frame. And I didn't like it. I didn't like the look of it. But with this clip, I think this is a perfect solution because it maintains the original ratio of your video. And it seems like it just posts it like another piece of content.
And that's exactly what it does. Because especially if you're going to take this and you want to make it. So if you are going to make it into a reel, because that's why Facebook even gives you that feature to create it into a reel, because again, reels are really popular and I'm not taking advantage enough on this. I'm realizing as
Yeah.
well, but that's another option is like, okay, if you're going to put this on another platform, especially Instagram, Facebook makes that super easy for you.
Right. Now, I did have a question for you, and I'm trying to find where I posted it because I did post it. Okay, here we go. So, my question is can you do, like, when you take the clip, can you mute the original audio and then overdub, say, like commentary on top of it? Or is it just strictly.
Yeah, it's literally the audio that you're getting from your live. So
Okay.
whatever's within that audio is where you're gonna adjust those audio parts of it. Why you want to do is voiceover on it, some D&D
Little
voiceover.
little content, commentary, things like that. We have a couple comments from Anna. Anna is at work, but she is listening, and she said, "Manny, this is a great show and great information to try."
Awesome. Anna, did you see I used you as an example?
Oh, she
Yes,
did,
she did.
and I posted it on the screen. She was laughing when you did that, and she said she was glad that she could serve as an
Oh, that's
example.
awesome.
um, Anna says, "Oh, we need to see some short form Dory." Oh boy.
I
Yep.
agree.
Yep. And then Kevin, great job, Manny. Awesome content. So I want to end this section by just reiterating something, Manny, that you pointed out that I think is really important to remember. Regardless of what tips we're talking about, what software we're talking about, or anything, you hit the nail on the head when you said to remember that your content is not about you or for you. It's you are producing content for your audience. And I think
Exactly.
if no one ever takes anything else away from all of the, I don't know, I might be personally biased, but the amazing content that we put out there and all the helpful tips and tricks, if you take nothing else away from what we have communicated to you, please understand that when you produce content, yes, produce something that you're passionate about, produce something that you're knowledgeable about and competent in, but do it for the purpose of helping others. And that will just bring you so much more joy and everything in the long run. So,
Well
any
said.
other parting words from you gentlemen before we wrap it up?
Thank you for joining.
Good job.
Always. All right.
My friends, if you enjoy content like this and you are finding it useful, we would love it if you like and subscribe to our channel. And sharing our content is also a great way to spread the love. And you can visit our website for all the information on all the ways that you can connect with us right there on your screen, linktree/content creators connect. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
And also, we're going to have to update that pretty soon. We're going to have to be calling it X, I think, with wonderful
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Musk and his Twitter. So keep an eye out for some of those logo changes coming up. But yeah, if you want us to deep dive into something as well, definitely leave a comment down below so that we can investigate and provide that information for you for future episodes. So I'll turn it over to Dori to wrap things up for this week.
Already, I feel like we just got started. Thank you for joining Content Creators Connect, aka C3 tonight, as we saw Manny talking about the importance of using Facebook clips and how to do it. We will return next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, where Kevin, this guy right up over here, will be giving more tips about engaging your audience. These tips and tricks are things that most people don't know about. We will be multicasting live to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, so be sure to join us. Until then, we urge you to identify and lean into your 3 C's. Start today creating unique content that builds connections and breaks down those barriers. See you next week.
Bye. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for coming. See you next week.